What if you could get stronger and more athletic with simple techniques that our ancestors used? I followed the path that YouTube gurus sold me on early in my fitness career. It left me stiff and slow with aches and pains. But before modern bodybuilding, people used to master their body weight, and they used simple, low-tech objects that made them incredibly strong and athletic. In this video, we're going to share 5 ancient practices that you can use to reclaim your athletic, lean body. Most of these practices have been used for thousands of years, but have now lost popularity. It's time to bring them back. Push-ups build your chest, front delts, triceps, and core. All it takes is you in the ground to literally transform the front side of your body. And while its weighted counterpart, the bench press, will pack on some muscle, the push-up allows the scapula to move freely from retraction to protraction while integrating full core tension. This is considerably more natural for the shoulders, often resulting in less stiffness and injury. The Spartans used calisthenics to build strength and stamina for battle. Shaolin monks used calisthenics in combination with self-defense exercises. Early US schools and military used high-rep calisthenics to build elite-level functional bodies. Everyone can do push-ups. To regress the movement to meet your level, you can elevate your hands on a box or a table. I still use this variation when I want to do easier high-rep sets. It's fantastic for all levels. And the variation I've used for the last 2 years is ring push-ups. Although the ancient Romans weren't using gymnastics rings, I found the added range of motion activates my chest more while also being easier on my shoulders because my hands can move free.
Swinging trains the functional rotational pattern seen in athletic movement. Rotation is becoming less trained in our modern cultures, but there's huge benefits we're missing out on. Some of the most powerful movements in athletics, like throwing a ball or punch, are tapping into the rotational core strength we all have access to. Persian and Indian club swinging dates back to prehistoric times. Initially, this was used as warrior training to prepare for battle. It later evolved into a form of exercise. And we've used swinging to heal our shoulders from past injuries. The exercises we're about to show you get the scaps to move freely and integrate the rotator cuff in a more natural pattern, while reclaiming your spine mobility, leading to less injuries and better posture. Indian clubs can be fantastic for shoulder stiffness and injuries. The reverse throw pattern. Start with your hand in front of the opposite shoulder and club directly in front of your clavicles. Then reach your hand behind your back with the club parallel to your spine. Now throw the club away and allow the club to swing back up to the starting position. Then try to make it one fluid motion. Nowadays, one of the simplest things you can do is buy a mace. Fluidly pass the mace behind you from one shoulder to the next while letting the spine move to facilitate the rotation. I'd recommend starting lighter than you'd think.
So now that we've covered swinging, let's talk about the sponsor of this video, VivoBarefoot. If you're into minimalist training like we are, you should also consider minimalist footwear. As we'll talk about in the next section, the ability to fully bend the toes and the ankle is crucial for lower body strength and connection. Modern day footwear obstructs this connection, yet Vivo makes it easy to bring this back online. Their shoes are wide, so your toes can spread out. There's no heel raise, which will improve your ankle's flexibility, and they're nice and flexible, so your feet move naturally. And in my opinion, they look so much cooler than any other shoes on the market.
So if you want that true ground feel where your feet can sense the trail beneath you for improved awareness and movement quality, you can take advantage of 20% off by visiting VivoBarefoot.com and using code STRENGTHSIDE. They even offer a 100-day free trial, so you can feel the difference for yourself. You can use the first link in the description. Thanks, Vivo. Back to ancient movements.
Bending the knees fully strengthens the quads and feet. Just you and the ground can transform your lower body into powerful tree trunks. Many of us lose this ability due to too many hours in chairs. Can you believe wrestling has been in the Olympics since 708 BC? And every early culture had a form of grappling. It's one of the most ancient forms of competition. Indian wrestlers were known for doing hundreds of Hindu squats. Squat down with a completely upright torso, allowing the heels to come off the ground. This puts all the load into the quads while forcing you to get full extension of the toes and full bend in the knees. And the arches of your feet have to fully engage to maintain balance. To get started, you can use hand assistance and do the range of motion you feel comfortable with. Most wrestlers use a form of low walking in their training. The walking Hindu squat pivots the torso slightly to shift the weight more into one leg at a time. These are fantastic for rewiring your feet's connection to the ground and creating athletic, springy legs. Unlike using barbells or dumbbells, lifting sandbags, stones, logs, or even shoveling dirt gives you more real-world, usable strength. These movements build slabs of mass on the back, legs, and forearms while creating three-dimensional strength. The final event in every World's Strongest Man competition is the Atlas Stones. It's the ultimate test of full body strength, but this is truly an ancient practice. Dating back thousands of years, nearly every physically demanding culture lifted stones, and Greek wrestlers are famous for building massive amounts of strength and muscle just by digging ditches. Now, you don't have to become a stone-lifting strongman. A simple sandbag will give you all the physiological benefits. Nearly every lower body movement you can do with a barbell, you can do with a sandbag. But first, you have to pick it up. Start by hinging down and get a good grip on the bag. Simultaneously row and deadlift the bag to get it to your lap. Then wrap the arms around like you're bear hugging it and stand up. This simple movement works the whole lower body while integrating the arms, lats, upper and lower back, complete with a sick forearm pump.
Side bending stretches the musculature on one side of your body while strengthening the other. Muscles like the QL, lats, and psoas are moved in a unique way that's becoming less common in modern fitness. Yoga, one of the most ancient practices of all, has a great deal of poses with side bends, and early strongman and bodybuilder all had some type of side bending strength exercise in their routines. With the large number of back pain in our society, I wonder, could this be key to bulletproofing our backs and becoming pain-free? And a stiff spine constricts movement. A spine that's flexible is more athletic. A basketball player driving to the hoop, a pitcher winding up. The torso must move free for health and for sport. The simplest way to get started is to take a wide stance and place one arm overhead. Reach one arm down while the opposite hand reaches across your midline. Take it slow in the beginning. Because I love the horse stance so much, I've been adding in side bends to achieve hip opening and spinal mobility at the same time. Reach both arms to one direction and think about squeezing your side, core, and thigh together. The next level is to do this in a seated position. This requires the appropriate amount of hamstring and inner thigh mobility to get started, but I find this version can stretch the long side of the body immensely while also mobilizing the hamstrings. I've been training with these movements for the last year, and the results have been kind of crazy. Due to sandbag and increasing my reps on basic calisthenics, I'm more muscular than I've ever been, but I'm also running and jumping more powerfully than I ever did when I was playing college basketball 20 years ago, and my mobility gets easier and easier to maintain. I'm convinced that our ancestors had it figured out. Is there any old exercise that you would add to this list that deserves more recognition in modern times? Comment below. If you want to train with more primal and animal movements, then check out our 8-week course, Human Animal Method. 25% off with code ANIMAL. And we're going to give one away free to the top comment below. Drop a comment, get some thumbs up, move like an animal. As always.